I have an addiction problem, something I'm not proud of and something others aren't proud of either. I've always looked for it even though I didn't really want it. It's become a bigger problem over the years. I'm addicted to my phone. Now, it's not that serious or dramatic, but in the world we live in today, everyone has some kind of toxic relationship with their phone. From wanting to cut down on screen time to feeling horrible after using it and going on social media, scrolling for no real good reason. Now, we know social media isn't good for us at all and our mental health, but yet we keep going back to it for another hit of dopamine, like an addiction. It all started when my internet went out. I looked around all annoyed and stood by my router to find answers. On and off, to see if that fixes the issue, but of course, it didn't. Now I started to worry a bit. After checking my internet status from my provider and them telling me nothing was wrong, I decided to do some detective work. Checking my router again, resetting my Wi-Fi networks on all my devices, it still wasn't working. I put on my Crocs, walked outside, and saw the issue immediately. Those damn squirrels chewed through my cable. Now I had a real problem. After being told the technician wouldn't be able to come to my house for about a day and a half, that's when it started to become a problem. I found it extremely difficult to not use my phone even though I didn't have internet. Now I have data on my phone just like everybody else today, but I didn't want to use it too much and I wanted to use it sparingly just because I didn't want to go over my usage because I didn't have unlimited data like a lot of other people. Every 10 to 15 minutes, I kept noticing I went and grabbed my phone for no good reason, turning on my data, scrolling social media, just doing things like that, which I wasn't really happy about. I kept having this urge of looking at the same shit over and over again for no good reason, and I didn't like it. Now, first, I thought I wouldn't be using my phone as much just because I didn't have unlimited data on my phone. I thought I could use this time to be productive, do things that I actually wanted to or thought that I wanted to. Read, draw, sketch, kind of the same thing. Film like this, do other things that didn't require my phone. But I kept noticing that I went back to my phone for no reason. I kept looking at it, like I said, every 10 to 15 minutes for some god known reason to keep up to date with whatever was going on in the world, even though nothing really changed. This is when it really kicked in for me and I knew that I had an addiction to my phone. You never think it would be you that's addicted to your phone. It's not me. I know how to limit myself when using my phone. I'm not addicted to it. I have self-control. Well, for me, I had a realization that I was addicted to my phone. And one really apparent thing that I noticed that happened to me was during this time span of about a day and a half, I used about half of my monthly data in that time. So yeah, I knew I had a problem. So after coming to this realization of me being addicted to my phone, I really wanted to come away with it with a few learnings and actually some solutions to help me with reducing this addiction that I had and that I can share with you guys today. So mainly I wanted to learn and come away with how to use my phone less and specifically for social media and not use it and rely on it so much. First things first, what I did after watching a few videos and actually looking into what might work best for me is deleting social media apps off my phone completely. Now, I don't mean uninstalling and deleting my accounts and all of that crazy stuff. What I mean is deleting it off my home screen. So now instead of going inside of my social media folder, clicking in, having quick access as soon as possible, and also that muscle memory of going to specific apps and knowing exactly where to tap and click, I deleted them off of my home screen. So now for me to actually use my social media apps, I have to go into my app finder. So you just swipe down and search for the actual app. Now you might not think it's a big deal or it's a big obstacle, but mentally it gets you thinking, do I really want to use this app now? This small step adds a little bit of second guessing to me in terms of if I want to use a specific social media app. It really gets me guessing. Am I trying to get away from something? Should I really be doing some work instead? Do I really need to be checking this app right now? Now, another thing that I use, and I've been using it for quite a while actually, is an app called Opal, and you might have heard of it yourself. Pretty much what it does is you block certain apps on your phone for a specific amount of time where it doesn't allow you to use it at all. Now for me, I use it for all of my social media apps, pretty much Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Discord, YouTube, whatever it might be, but I use it specifically between the hours of 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. So it's only a 2-hour break, but pretty much after working my 9 to 5 job, I don't want to go strictly to scrolling on my phone and killing those 2 hours and not really letting my brain rest. I noticed that before, I used to scroll, watch videos, do whatever just to kill time until I had to eat dinner, and then at night do other things that'll probably just waste time. So instead, I block my social media apps from 5 to 7 right after work, So I give myself the time to decompress, let my brain rest, because in my 9 to 5, I look at screens all day right in front of me here, and I shouldn't be looking at my phone that much. So pretty much, I let myself decompress. I do things that I might want to do other than looking on social media. Reading a book, doing some stretching, working out, and, maybe taking a good nap just because I had a long day. This app has actually helped me decrease my social media screen time specifically. I'm not sponsored by them. It'd be pretty cool if I was, but it actually has me considering buying the full version to actually let me block as long as I need to, and also include multiple blockers for multiple time blocks in my day to really limit my social media use. Having something as simple as your internet going out for over a day can really open your eyes. It did for me. It made me realize that I had an addiction to my phone that I wanted to fight against right away. From small things like deleting social media apps from your home screen to installing app limiting blockers, there are solutions that can help. Something so simple and small can really make a big difference in your life.